hello, people. We'll just leave it until we get quite a few people in. And then we'll kick it off. We're doing the island again today. Just waiting for other people to come in now. So we got quite a few new things today. As you can see, the overlay is a bit different because we're on YouTube now. So starting off, we got the chunkies on the top right. Next to that, we got the amount of viewers there is. And then we got the socials. Underneath that, we got the chat. Then we got the machine, the claw machine. And chunkies will drop in when you subscribe. Now, the top boxes, one is the amount of subscribers that we're going to get. And one is, if you donate, that will come across up there. Hi, Bella. I don't think there's many here today. Probably still going to Twitch. I did try and explain it, it's now on YouTube's. But we're going to get started in a minute. Like I say, we're going to be doing the island today. And there's a few things that are different on the overlay. How long do you think we should give them? Until they get started. I think I'm just going to get started anyway. So today we're going to be doing the skull rock, which is on our sketch just here in the middle. And what we're going to do to start is do the outside shape. So we're going to go to pen tool. And then we're going to draw around it basically by putting the nodes in. All the way around. Like so. Just all the way around. Just put it in that skull shape. And then linking it back to the start one. Now we're going to make sure it's on black. We're going to give it a stroke of about, I don't know, 5 or something. Now we're going to, why is that looking me a stroke actually? Oh, I know why. It's because we're probably not on the right layer. So make sure we're actually on the top. And we are going to cut that down a little bit because it's too far. Let's make it like a 2. See if that does it. No, maybe a 1. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Now we're going to go to pen tool again. Node tool, sorry. Pen tool, it was right the first time. Okay, and then what we're going to do is select that shape but insert inside of it. And we're just going to make sure that we have all these little shapes inside. Like so. Let's do some of the main ones. So click in the X to make sure it doesn't draw again on the thing bit. We'll do things like the eyes and stuff to proper start filling it in. Okay, we got one eye. Click the X again. Do the other eye. Click the X again. Now start with the nose. Just no toying around, like pen toying with the nose all the way around. Now, what we're going to do is insert inside those shapes. So let's choose this first one. Go back to pen tool. And we'll just click just anywhere around. And then insert it inside that shape. Like so, by dragging it down in the layers panel. And as you can see, it's inside that shape now. We're going to do that to the rest of them. So let's go with this eye. We'll randomly just do some lines, like so, with the pen tool. And make sure that one's inside that one. And the same again with the nose. Making sure that it's all the way around and inside the nose bit. Like so. Now, those shapes, we can actually make them a colour, so we'll fill them and make them pretty dark with the, like, nearly black but not quite black. And then the ones that are inside, we'll have those slightly lighter. So we'll fill those and make it just slightly lighter than that one. Now let's do the teeth. Again, pen tool, all the way round, like so. And making sure that we've inserted inside of the actual item, like so. Now this one is going to have almost white. Almost white. So let's calm that down a little bit. So it's going to be pretty bright, this one. We'll then make sure it's inside again. Now, go back to pen tool. And again, just keep filling out these little shapes. Now this is tedious. It takes a while to do this. Did I select inside these? What you can do, you can grab the item on the layer panel and drag it around like so. And then you make sure it's in the middle of like one of the other items, like that. And that is the same as insert inside. This is really tedious because we're going to have to like basically draw all the shapes. So start making them all the way around. Using the pen tool. And as you can see, quite randomness. I'm just putting them anywhere really. And then making sure they line up with the load tool. Like so. This side here is interesting because we actually want the whole side bit to be a different colour. So what we're going to do is get it to like go around the whole shape. So we'll start from about here and then cut it into just behind the eye like so. And again, adjust it with the node tools. Making sure it lines up with the shape. Now this one is going to have a fill. And it's going to be quite dark, but not fully dark. probably about there. And this will be the whole side. But again, we're going to be inserting inside that shape. So if we go there, and then you can, like I say, you can either drag it down or just put inside, like insert inside, like so. And then you've got to really tediously make all the shapes within. You can colour these in as you go if you want. So we'll make that one really, like, the darker it is, the more inner it goes, and the lighter it is, the more outside it goes. That's something about internet issues. As long as it's not me, we'll get through it. I can certainly see the chat. Or do you mean on the OBS, like on the screen? Because that is quite tiny for me. I'll probably sort that before the next one. Now, just continuing to insert inside of that shape. All the way around, like in a piece. Making sure everything lines up. We can make this a slightly different grey. Now, you'll see what I mean by the lighter it is, the more it sticks out, and the darker it is, the more it goes in. Using the pen tool again, we'll just keep making little shapes. Just anywhere where there's jagged. We'll make that one pretty dark, like so. Going on to pen tool again. And we'll make this one quite big because we don't want it to last forever, this. Obviously, if you're doing it yourself, then you gotta like do more shapes than this inside, so it looks more real. But this is just a demo to you. Now, we'll make this one slightly dark like that. As you can see, it's like starting to look like rocks now. I'm just going to tidy up some of these nodes a minute, because I just noticed that they're not quite right. Just making sure they are right. Like so. And again, we just keep going. We just want it to be normal now, the normal shape. Insert inside. Pen tool. And then just keep making the little shapes within the shape. Like so. And tidying up the node tool. Select a colour, whichever one you want. Now, this side is going to be slightly lighter because it's using the sunlight. So on the right is where the shade is going to be, and on the left is where the sunlight is coming from, like top left. I'll just keep going around doing all these. Once you've inserted inside, by the way, it just does it for you automatically when you do the next one. And this one is going to be light, like I said, but not too light. Just change that because it looks a bit reddish. Like so. Now go back to pen tool again and just keep doing it over and over, and just so you get like the main shapes. And we'll do some more. Like I said, this does get really tedious, this, because it is a lot. Now, the light's going to be hitting this bit more than the rest, so this one's going to be quite light, like so. Not lighter than the teeth. The teeth is going to be the lightest. And then just keep making the shapes, like so, all the way around. And tidy up with the nail tool, making sure it's exact, like so. Now this bit is going to be slightly, like, in the middle. It's like going to be slightly dark with slightly light. Just colouring in the shapes that we've already done. And so, like, this bit is going to be quite light. And then I think there's only one more piece, which is this one. And we'll make this one quite dark. And we'll just change that one that's a bit reddish. It's inside here. Because we don't want it to be red. Now you would keep making more and more and more shapes within this. But I haven't got the time, so I'll just make the actual main shape grey, like so. Now, as you can see, the cave goes in, so we're going to make the internal shadow now, which is this one here, making sure it's below everything else, like so. And then tidy it up again with the node tool. It is coming from the top left. It's coming from the top left, the light. So, if I can quickly do the direction, select the colour, so from like this way. So, as you can see, the shadows will actually be all the stuff on the right. I'll just delete these again. Now that shadow will be really dark because it's on the inside of that skull. So just making sure that one is. I lost where I'm now because I was showing you that. Okay. So it'll be darker than the rest because it's got no light at all on that bit. Like so. Now, I would, if I was doing this normally, make little shapes within that shape as well. So I would insert inside and then start making little shapes within the shape. Like so. and then make a nose an even darker colour again, etc. And do it all the way along, like loads of them. Oh, we haven't got time, so I'll move on. We'll get rid of that piece in a minute. You know, where we were with these pieces. So this is like the eye and the nose and things. Now we're gonna go into the pixel tool, add a pixel layer, add the pink brush, which is going to be the edge shader, which is this one. Then we're gonna pick the colour of the eye, and slightly darker. Insert inside, and then just go across this edge a little piece. Well, what am I doing wrong? Protect alpha was on. Okay. Now I can go back. Delete that piece because it went wrong. So now we'll insert the pixel layer. Make sure it's behind the other piece. And make sure we're on this edge shader brush, which we are. And then just make that like little darker piece, which it don't seem to be doing. Oh, it does. I just can't hardly see it. Oh yeah, now I can see it. So again, we'll go to the other eye now. Insert, the other eye. We're gonna add a pixel layer. So I'm getting mixed up, trying to listen into two things at once. Now making sure that it's below of the other shape, but within the eye shape. And so we'll just lift this one into here, but make sure it's underneath that piece. And then we'll just do the same over here. That is the nose, I just realised. Okay. Insert pixel layer. Make sure we're actually on the eye this time. And we'll just make sure that's slightly darker. And then we'll do just underneath the nose piece. And we'll make sure that one's slightly darker now. Like you can see there. You see the transition from sort of dark to light. Now we're going to do exactly the same, but we're going to do it within those grey pieces of the nose and the eye and stuff. And we're going to make sure the brush is smaller. Probably like 50. And then just down that edge. Add another pixel layer, make sure it's in the eye piece this time. And do the same. Like so. Yeah, you can hear my cat in the background, sorry. It's like this on trying to stream. Now, within the other eyepiece, we're going to do exactly the same. So we'll just make sure that one's dark as well. Like so. And as you can see, when you zoom out, it's starting to look really good now. Now, I don't know whether you were here for my rocks that I made, but we're basically going to be doing exactly the same again. So this time we're going to go insert a pixel layer, make sure it's within that shape, and we're going to pick the rough brush. If I can find it. Just there. Now we're going to make this one kind of like so. I got to try and remember where that piece is, which is just there. Make sure it's on the pixel layer. Oh, that's too big. Make sure this is down to about 1, because it is really tiny. And just like do these little edge pieces like so. Now this is obviously really quick. On your main one I'd do it slower than this. And just keep doing that to all the different shapes that we can. So insert a pixel layer, find which shape it actually is. So that triangle down there. Now we'll make sure we're on the pixel layer. Oh, make sure we're on the pixel layer and the brush. It is doing it. It's just very light, so you can hardly see it. Now we're going to leave the very left edge, because I got another plan for that. And just keep doing this all the way around. So now we're going to be doing this piece. Make sure we're on pixel layer inside that shape. Like so. And just keep doing it around the edges like this. And then just keep doing it. So add another pixel layer inside of that shape. And then we're on the same brush, so just keep doing. This is a bit tedious, but it does look nice when it's done. Just around the edges. And again, we're going to go pixel layer. Make sure we're inside that shape when it picks up and goes in. Yeah, they're not happy with me at all, are they? They're like moaning. They're like, pay me attention. So just continuing to go around the slight edges with this rough tool. All the way around with a slightly lighter colour, like we are. And so everything but that far left edge. Like so. Sorry about this, but it does take a little while because it is so many. Just keep going right these. Like so. Just make sure we get every shape. Insert a pixel layer. Make sure it's within the shape. And use the rough tool again. And just do these little lines around with the rough brush. Okay, last one within that shape now. Insert a pixel layer. Make sure it's inside. And I thought it was this shape. Maybe not. Oh no, it's that one down there as well. So this one down here. We just draw the rocks in, like so. You can always use the undo if you go too wrong, like I just did. And basically we want to keep doing that to all the different shapes. So we'll do this to this one now, add a pixel layer. Can you see it's gone a bit dark on this one because we're on such a light shape within that shape? They are there though. And just keep doing it, add pixel layer, insert inside the shape. You'll be so fed up with this. And leave that one at the very top, the light one. And just keep doing the rest. Make sure it's inside the shape, so that we didn't get that white edge around the borders. Just keep doing it, like so. And then this one, add a pixel there. And make sure it's inside the shape, like I keep not doing. It was the shape. Okay, maybe it's not the shape. Show it to me. I was over there. That'll be why. Okay, so doing this shape now. With these rough brushes, like so. Now we need to find that one that we've missed. I'm just trying to find it now. Aha, that's why we missed it. Is the actual shape that all the other shapes are inside of. So now that we know that, we can add a pixel layer here. Make sure it's within the shape, but it's underneath all the other layers. And now it'll let us do when we're actually on a brush. I thought we did make a pixel layer to size. Yeah, now I do. Bit of a funny weirdness that was. Now then, because I turned it, I clicked like I wanted to suck up that colour and I didn't. But it's in your recent colour, it's the first one. So I can just go straight back to it like so. And carrying on doing this last one. Now, very, very rough that is. It would have been a lot better if I had done it without streaming. Now, we haven't done the main shape, so we'll do this one now, pixel layer, but make sure it's the very bottom layer of within the skull rock. And we'll do these like so. There's a bit of cheating because we should have little shapes within this big shape ready. But as you've seen, it's tedious enough. So we'll just continue doing this rough brush. I just realised I've painted the edges, haven't I? Oh well. I'll have to go back and do these, the other side, when I do my other thing. I'm making sure we get all these edges done. Takes a little while there, so need to get around all the shapes. It just gives it that little bit of light on each shape, so that when you're zoomed out it does look pretty good. Now let's get that done before I forget again. So we'll start on this one because this was, it was. Can you see it's that very edge piece like about there? That is going to be mostly in the light. So what I'm going to do is give it something called a rim light. Like so. Just that very edge. And then try and find all the other bits that are on that very edge. Go into their pixel layer. And then make just that edge, just to lighten that edge off. I'm doing it in yellow, but it could be any colour really, just lighter than the colour it is, but I'm just trying to emphasise it. Just making sure you get all the bits. Like so. Now it looks like that bit's really in the light and this bit's really in the shadow, which is what you want. Now the bits that are on the inside, this piece here, there should have been like loads of little rocks and things, but it's just one piece at the moment. We want to do this thing, but we want it to get darker, so we'll select the pixel again, and we'll put the pixel within the shape, and we'll get it to be very dark this time, probably about there. And then we would go around the little shapes that are in there, but there isn't at the moment, so we'll just go around the edges like so. All the way around the little edges. Now this would work a lot better if it had loads of little shapes in there. Like so. Now that is Skull Rock. You could do one line, but my hand isn't that great. So if you can do one line, fantastic. I do it in loads of little strokes because my hand is so bad. Now then, we want something to go around like Skull Rock so it looks a bit better than it does. We don't need the sketch now, so we'll get rid of that. Wherever it is. This one. Like so. And we'll make trees and leaves and things that go around there. Make sure we're on top of Skull Rock this time. Using the not the pixel persona, the vector persona. We'll go back to the pen tool, and then just anywhere here we'll make a line, make it green, make it the size that we want and the pressure that we want, which is this. It probably would give it a better rock look. Like I said, I'm trying to do it really fast. Now bend it with the node tool. And then duplicate it. And make it slightly darker. And make sure it's a lot thinner of a stroke. Now go to node tool and make sure it comes out the ends. Go back to our original stroke and expand the stroke so that we can insert inside the other stroke. Now selecting the original stroke, the one that we've just done, we'll use the node tool just to bend it into shape a bit more, like so, like that. And we're going to duplicate this now, and we're going to have it coming out of the main shape, like so. And again. And again. Now, we might want to cut down the stroke width again so that it fits better. Make sure you don't go over the edges of the original stroke. Duplicate all the ones that we just done. And then use the transformation tool to make them go the opposite way. And we're still going to have to use node tool to put them into place. Like so. We might want to use the width to make them a little bit smaller, and then keep adjusting them just so they're a little bit different to the rest. Like so. Now what we want to do is duplicate the whole thing and then use the transform tool to swap it around to the other side, like so. Change the main shape colour to a darker green. and then all the other internal streaks to a different green, whether it's darker or lighter, including the main streak, wherever that one is. That one. Like so. And then duplicate both of them. And move it slightly so they look like, when it plays ball, it'll look like there's more of them. Like so. And duplicate it again. And then just move it around to the other side, like so. Now that is one little bush that we can duplicate, sorry. I was meant to group it. Like so. Now that one's grouped, we can adjust the size and things and make it all around our rock. So we can duplicate that one. Adjust the size again so it's not quite the same. And adjust the size again on the other duplicate. And just keep going around the rock to do all these, so that it looks more sort of in the scene. I keep moving things with my finger, I'm so sorry. Hey, Ariadna. I gotta slow down because you're typing, sorry. What we want is to make some trees behind Skull Rock. This was the reference, by the way. Now, get the pen tool, get behind Skull Rock, and this time we want it to be brown because it's like the chunk. And we'll adjust the thickness to about 10 when it plays ball. Just type it in instead. Making sure that pressure is still like it was. We'll bend that slightly now. And we'll go in and we'll expand the streak. We'll go into the pixels. Again, on making sure we've got that one. Go into pixel, add a pixel layer. And then we're going to use our edge shader brush. And we're going to select that brown colour, which is on, make it slightly darker. Insert inside. And then just brush slowly down one edge. Why did that not insert inside? Oh, add a pixel layer. Sorry. And then you gotta make sure the pixel layer is inside of the curve. And now you're drawing it, and it'll it's very slight. I'll make it a bit darker to see better. And then it starts to look more rounder. You see what I mean? Now we're gonna want to make leaves for this palm tree. So we'll go back into vector layer again, get the pen tool again, and then we'll just make a random line here, make it green, Make sure we're not inside of the shape. Now, just the width of that stroke. Go to Node Tool. Make it slightly curved. Now, go into Expand Stroke again. Use the Shape tool to make triangles. And we'll just make a random one here. Making sure that it's a black stroke with nothing inside. And the pressure is reset completely. And we'll have it on about 1. No, we'll have it on 0.1. Yep, that's more like it. And then we'll make it, using the Move tool, we'll make sure the pointy bit is just going over our original shape here, like so. And then we'll make more of them. Did it make more? No, it didn't. I dropped my pen, sorry. Going back to that triangle, we're going to duplicate and make more. And then we're going to make sure that these ones are partly inside of that main stroke again. The green one. And again. And again. Like so. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. So we'll grab, when it picks it up, we'll grab it again, turn it around, and then we'll just randomly put it here. And then get it again, put it here, and get it again. Put it right there. And again, and we'll get it right there. That's good. Now, selecting them all, including the original stroke, we are going to subtract on Boolean. And that'll cut out these little triangle indents into that green shape. Not forgetting, we'll select these two, the brown and the green, and we'll make them have a stroke like everything else has. So we'll make that black and we'll make that 0.1. Like so. Now that green one, we're going to duplicate it. We're just going to randomly put it in places in the tree. So we'll duplicate it again. And this time we're going to transform panel. And we'll flip it. And when it grabs the actual item, we'll put it on the tree like so. Maybe a bit lower actually. And then we'll duplicate that one and make that one another one. Like so. And one more I think for luck. But this time we'll grab one that's going the opposite way. And we'll duplicate that one. And we'll turn it so that it's pointing down this one. Like there. Like so. Now, we've got to insert the pixel layer again. Make sure it's within a shape. And go to pixels and make sure we're on our edge shader brush. Yeah, you know, like we had that that thing on the other chat, Bella, where you put in. Wait, I got trying to. Oh. You know, you put in an exclamation mark, and then you can put in, say, iPad, and it should come up with what it is, but it's not. Okay, it should have come up. I'll have a look at that after the stream. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's a 12.1 iPad Pro, and it's the the 2021 12.1 iPad Pro. We'll select the green, making sure it's a little bit darker. Now I've forgotten which one we're on, so we'll just make sure we're on the right one, which is that one there. Going back to the pixel layer, and then on the very edge, actually we'll make this like 5 or something. It's probably too big, and we'll just go around like so. And the next one, add a pixel layer. And the next one is probably this one. So this one is actually underneath the other one. So it would, is it that one? I don't know if it is that one. Wait. I'm trying to work out as to what one so well. I think I was trying to do this one. The only way is to just put the selection tool on it. How is that one up there? The one that's going down is the one that I was trying to get to. And can you see it's underneath the other one? So when we go to pixel layer and we use the edge here, we want to just go underneath there, as well as going all the way along the edge, like so. Like this. No. I'll make sure we're on the right one this time. And we'll add a pixel layer. Making sure we're definitely on that one. Going back to the pixel layer, this time it's underneath this one, so we'll just have it a little bit darker underneath that one, as well as doing the edges, the very edges. Like so. We just do this to each one. I suck at it, so don't follow me as such, fella. Yeah, this is my favourite subject, not. And this one's that one up there, so we'll go to the pixel layer of that one, and it's underneath these ones, and then we'll just shade one side of it, like so. Like that. And I think there's one more, isn't there? Yeah. So we'll add the pixel layer to that one. Put it inside that shape. Do just the bits that are inside or underneath the top layer, and then just add a little bit of darkness along the edge, like so. Now when you pull out, that'll start looking like an actual tree. which is good. Just closing all those layers now. We'll select them all and convert that into a group so it is the tree. And what we'll do is duplicate that tree. I'll flip it around with transform. And we'll put it just there. So that it's starting to look quite good now. And just make sure with my other one I've already done. Turning this one off. Oh yeah. Now I remember. So going back to our one that we're doing. And turning the other one off. We're going to add another bush to this side, changing the length of it, the width of it, I mean, like so far, like that. And we're going to go into pen tool again, make sure it's behind these bushes, and then just draw a line like so, and make sure that is brown this time, quite a light brown, adjusting the width, probably about 1.5 would do. Expand stroke, make sure it's black on the outside like everything else has been, put it down to 0.1 like width. Now going into the shape tool, you want to pick tier and make a random tier just on the top and make that a grey on the inside. And then just place it on top of the pole so it looks like a little stabby stick. I forgot what they're called, but we'll group that one together and then we'll move it just so it's slightly on an angle and then duplicate it and we'll just have it come out the other side like so. And like we put the bush in front of it so you can't see the bottom, makes it easier for us. Grabbing all the bushes and the sticks, go into the FX panel. I always put scale with object on, this is like habit. Go to outer shadow, just have it just a tiny little bit. Now go to the sticks again, and into FX, and on their outer shadow just have it just slightly down, like bigger than the rest, and it shows that they're a bit further away than the rest. Like, where's that other tree gone? I think I've pressed it off or something. There we go. Now this would look much nicer. Let me just group it all together by selecting it all. And grouping it all. Yeah, the whole thing. We're going to pen tool, and yeah, the whole thing had a shadow. So what we'll do is just do some random bits across here. There's one. And we'll have the fill of black. And we'll have another one coming out the side. Like so. And we'll fill that as black as well. Now selecting those two shapes we just made. FX panel. I always put scale with object. Go into Gaussian blur. put those on about 20. And now what we want to do is go into the layer panel, go into the three dots at the top, and change their opacity to quite low, probably about 30. And then you can just see the shadow there. Has it been an hour already? I wondered where my voice was going. Okay, I think that'll do for Skull Rock. I think we're going to have to call it just there, guys. And I will be back on the next Monday, but it will be a special edition because it's July 4th, Independence Day. We are going to make a Independence Day chunky. Then the following week we'll get back to doing this island. But yeah, thanks for coming everyone, and it's been awesome. But yeah, I think I'll call it just there, guys. As you can tell, my voice is going. But yeah, I'll try and get that chat a bit bigger on the screen. But yeah, try and get everyone you know to subscribe. They don't have to watch as such. They just need to subscribe. Because once we hit 1,000 subscribers, everything becomes a lot easier because you get paid and stuff then. And well, we can add memberships and things. It's like the whole thing opens up. So we need 1,000, and that's what that little subscriber goal at the top right is. That is like how far we got to go to 1,000 subs. As you can see, we've got about 62 at the moment. So yeah, once that goes up, like we could do something like become a member and get a chunky get a chunky join in your likeness or whichever likeness you want or something. We'll deal with it as and when. But yeah, thanks so much for coming, guys. See you later. Bye bye.